Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing another little plan with me. I think I'm almost halfway caught up. Not quite, but almost soon. Okay, so we are going to start this one in April. We are going from the 14th to the 20th. This is in 2025, so that is fine. So I am using this kit that I designed myself. Sometimes I don't mind these kits, especially with like little patterns and things, because it does make things a lot different. So what else? I was going to use a ton of purple foil, but I only used the date dots and the underlays. Actually, I don't mind it. It would have been probably a little bit better if I did use an overlay, but I just could not be bothered with it, to be honest. Looking right now, I think I actually missed a sticker for the coffee unless it fell off and I put it somewhere else. Yeah, let's jump straight on in. On Monday, I decided to do some editing. I'm not really sure what kind of editing I was doing, but I decided to do that. Probably just one of these videos. And then I also woke up to an order. I mean, I don't know what way it went, but I pretty much woke up to an order and then I did some editing. I then decided to do a plan with me catch up. Sorry, I've been up since like 6:30. Just doing a ton of stuff around the house, and yeah, it's been quite a long morning. And then I decided to do a little bit of the YouTube binge, and I was just watching some of my watch later list. So in with that though, sometimes I will watch like plan with me videos. Sometimes I will watch like crime show type videos. At the moment I'm watching something, it's called Lauren Rose TikTok's Stalking Degenerate. I think I've heard of this person before, like I've seen something similar, I've probably watched it before, but I thought, you know, that looks interesting, so I'm going to watch that. And then I finished the night off with a game. So the game that I have been playing is called, let me see, it's like the Mafia Wars type situation game. I don't know. Downtown Mafia. I only started playing it because I thought it was going to be like the old Facebook Mafia Wars, but definitely not. So anyway, did a little bit of that. On Tuesday, I needed a coffee. I always need coffees. I actually noticed now that I didn't put one on Coffee Monday, so that's probably why. I'm also noticing now that this week is colour blocked. I tried to do a colour blocked one a few weeks later, but I failed, so whoops. Anyway, yeah, so I had a coffee on Tuesday. I then decided to cuddle my cats. So I like to cuddle my cats if I've had a bad day. And then I did some filming. Not really sure what I was filming. Sometimes I will go from filming like little reels or shorts to actual videos like this, so it does depend. And I prefer to do voiceovers. And then I was just scrolling on my phone watching Instagram reels. Sometimes I'll watch them on Instagram, I'll watch them on TikTok, just anything really, to be honest. And then I did some emails. I'm just going to grab a drink because I'm thirsty. Yes, that is my annoying chair. On Wednesday, I went for a walk. Not really sure where, probably just around the block or something. And then I came back and I decided to do a bit of a tidy up. Probably the kitchen more so. I usually just do a tidy up anyway every day, so probably the kitchen. Needed to put something else in my planner. Anyway, and then for dinner it was Subway. Sometimes I don't mind Subway, but sometimes, and I've got to remove that, sometimes it gets a little bit too repetitive. I usually prefer to have a salad, so if I don't feel like the bread or the bread is soggy, I will tip all the ingredients. Oh, I should have that. Anyway, I'll tip all the ingredients out and make it into a salad. Okay, I then decided to film a plan with me because this was technically the last day of the working week. So yay. Anyway, and that is basically my day to stay up late, which I love. And then I also decided to edit the plan with me. I mean, that could have just meant like just putting the files into the editing software, and then perhaps saving it. What else do I do? I compress it and then I put it back in there just so it's a little bit more, just easier to use, because at the moment with everything it just keeps skipping. So I'm not sure if I'm even talking about the right things, but that'll be fine. And then I decided to sort some files, so I do need to go through and sort out my hard drive. I also need to buy another hard drive at some point, but that's a later job. On Thursday, I decided to have a bit of a sleep in. And then I tidied my office. That's where that little rubbish bin icon went. Anyway, so yeah, I tidied the office. Sometimes I just do that. It doesn't mean I'm putting that rubbish away. I could just be putting stickers away from, you know, my desk. At the moment I have like 2 albums, a pouch of leftovers, which I might try and get rid of, or I'm really unsure with that. I might do another sticker book where, because I've got quite a few, where I just pop the leftovers in there and then just go through them when I need for like extra boxes and things, or I'll just de-stash it, we'll see. I think there's some foiled things in there which I might keep, but I'm not really sure. I've got my cousin, my hobo cousin, which I made, tweezers, phone, you know, I've got so much stuff on my desk. Anyway, so I also decided to cuddle the cats later that night, and then I got an order and then I started printing the order. Sometimes I'll just go through and see if I've got stuff already in my collection, or I'll just print them out. And I'm very like particular with that. I will just try and print what I need instead of printing everything I don't need, so I'm not wasting paper. On Friday, I decided to go for another little walk, probably like to the library or something, I'm not really sure. And then I come home and I decided to melt some of my wax melts. I do want to try and do that at some point too, but I keep forgetting. And then I decided to play that game again. Like I said, I try it. Sometimes I'll play like every 2 days, but we'll see. I don't know, it just depends. I then decided, here we go, to film a B6 plan with me. I actually haven't filmed one of them in a while, and I think I've still got it on my phone. Yeah, I do need to go through my phone and just get rid of some things and go through the hard drive and get rid of some things as well. Anyway, whilst I was doing that, I decided to watch a movie, and I decided to watch Saw. I have seen them before, obviously, but then sometimes I forget about them and I rewatch them. So, and I was like, oh, that's what happened here, because I get everything all confused. On Saturday, I had a sleep-in. I usually have a sleep-in anyway. And then I decided to cut the orders that I got. Well, I got an order. I don't know why I wrote orders. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And then later in the afternoon, I went for a walk. Again, probably just around the block. Or sometimes I might just head to the library. Just depends on the mood, but it's usually just around the block. Just a little something, something. I'll have to check that. Okay. And then I uploaded a YouTube video. I probably did some like designing as well, like I normally do. And then I watched Saw 2. So sometimes I will, like I've said, do some designing and then watch like a TV show or something. Which, that reminds me, I have been getting it back into, I think it's Mormon Wives or something, The Secret Life of Mormon Wives. I did watch it when it first came out, and then I forgot about it, and then they added a couple extra seasons. So yeah, I'm just going through some things. I do remember some things, but then I don't remember most, so yeah. Just gonna check something. Oh, I did have a little coffee sticker there, but for whatever reason it like fell off, so I might have to see if I can find one. or remember where it went. So that is so annoying. Okay. Anywho, let's see. I'll have to put another purple one back up there. Anyway, I did a Facebook destash. I usually try and do those anyway, try and get rid of the stickers. If I don't end up doing the pile of stickers, putting them in my book, I will do that on the destash group. I decided to print some icons. I really need to keep printing icons. I went through some emails to do with the destash, and then I decided to edit and upload videos. So that was my week. I actually don't mind it. I would probably prefer if I actually did a little bit more foiling. Once I have gone through this little part, I will be sharing with you what's left of the kit. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!